Hello, I'm on 8. Hello, Zetro, and hello, Lily. It has cooled off a little bit, actually. I do still have the fan on, so you might still be able to hear it. But it definitely has cooled down. I hope everyone's having a good day. I'm excited and a bit nervous because I get to set up the vacuum nukes, which I've never done before. So, yeah, this will definitely be an interesting stream, to say the least. The way sort of how I have things planned. Yeah, how are you doing, M18? How's everyone doing? Yes, it's been a couple of streams since I've had my webcam on. I'm feeling up to having my webcam on today. Hopefully, I think the alignment's okay. Yes, here I am, webcam. You doing good? Happy to hear. Right, so I got to build this off of a screenshot which I took in a test world, actually. I have the main plan for this. I did a little bit of planning this morning for it. I'm doing quite good, actually. That was the other thing which I wanted to do. Should we set it up before I go and on a massive detour for the nuclear reactors? Over here, what aspects do I need? Potentia. Need quite a few. Mechania. Do I even have? Nope, don't have any of that. Instrumentum. Electrum. Where do I get that from? Vacuous. Got plenty of that. Stronto. What was this? Didn't I say redstone blocks? Yes, it was redstone blocks. Oh, missing that one. This is going to produce so much. Ready? That doesn't look like a lot. Last night I built my first universal LCR setup for plastics. Ooh. That's game changing how well that works. Is that using the same one which Samsa made? Isn't that the universal setup? I've never used that before. How well does it work? Okay, instability 10. Okay, that's ready. You followed IX's video. IX, he's done so much stuff, hasn't he? I need to catch up on some of his past broadcasts. Wait, he's the same person who did some of the music, I believe, for GTNH. Is it really that good? Is that for like auto crafting, or is it just a passive setup? Vacuous and Stronto, yeah. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the universal setup. As soon as you get fluid busts, essentially. Really? I assume that it works with all of the circuits. Let's let this go really fast. Okay, that is. And how many inputs for it are there? Is there only like one? And then that, I would assume, a quad input hatch, which I can actually make these. Two inputs. GTNH, you need. Okay, it's the top third search if I search it on Google. Yeah, that is IX video. I will watch that tonight. One input, one high voltage input bus. I will definitely watch that tonight because it may actually be something really useful. Well, it looks like it will be. Yay! All right, let's put this back. You. Why is very little? Why is this just string everywhere? Where is energy acceptor? That's here. Thorncraft with a fake TNT. I wonder if that would work with single block machines. Then you can just start adding more LCRs for extra parallels. Oh, that is a big O. Before you get access to the mega chemical reactor. Don't think so. That's a shame. I could definitely do with it for the assemblers. Right, let's grab some cables. Wait, this is the subnet one, isn't it? I can't remember which one this is actually powering. I think it's the subnet one. Yeah, it is. Probably not. Never tested it. I don't think you'd be able to. Oh, I need to do something about that warp. Right, you're okay. You're still powering because of the energy cell. This is an exciting moment for me. So this is just infinite power, I'm guessing? Yeah, being able to swap this so that it's not being used by the fuel means that I can run the fuel line a lot more harder. I don't need to care about the ME system turning offline. Right. That actually really wasn't too difficult. I suppose I prepared everything for it the last stream. Yeah, 1.5. I better keep an eye on that so that I don't go over. Right, where is this picture for the controller? I think is it IX's video which I watched? Did he use the vacuum nukes? I'm not sure if it was IX or someone else. Right, this is honestly okay. So 2 RS latches. One, two, three not gates. Well, if this setup works as safe as I've designed it, then this should be a design which is 100% safe. I have fail safes in it, so it, like, if there isn't enough coolant cells in the reactor, it won't turn on the reactor. Yeah, that was RS latches, not gates. I need 2 state cells. Oh, please tell me I can actually autocraft this. Silicon chip. Infused. Okay. That forming press. Oh, lovely. Actually, you know what? I'm not standing for warp anymore. I'm just going to give myself the warp board. Okay, so that was red lens. Two for the forming press. This circuit, which I've designed, or basically the brains for this is using, it's solely using Project Red. That's circuit 24. That's lathe. That's ME. Oh, I need to highlight it. I don't know where it is. Where is my forming press? I really wanted to embrace the vacuum nukes solely because of how much power they produce. If they're set up correctly, they produce a lot of power. Oh, there it is. I ran straight past it. Right, so these two were forming press. Yeah, that one. See, I didn't do that because I knew that that one is just, it's crazy to set it up using. And I'm not really a fan of Steve's factory manager. Right, I need, that's 2 of these. 2 state cells. 2 repeaters. One, 2, 3. I don't know how this setup manages to use 3 timers, but it does. 1, 2, 3. Wait, no, it uses 4 timers. Not being able to autocraft this sounds terrible, by the way. This is so many of the machines from Project Red. It was 2 AND gates. One and 2, yeah, definitely 2. I'm also actually, this is another point. Applied Energistics, they have backported the feature from modern Applied Energistics, where if you request something, it will show up with like a top bar at the top for recently requested stuff. I think there's also a pattern icon for things which are requestable, which is also nice. I can't wait for 2.8. Right, I know that I'm going to need a handful of these. I think that was in there. That in there? I want it to be in 2.8. Let me just have a look. Crafting pins, yes it is. So it's PRs which are marked for 2.8. Yeah, I hope that it does actually end up in 2.8. That was timers repeaters. Not gate and gate. Right, just the timers. It is really good. It is really good for 1 point, or for just the newer versions of Minecraft. Like in Money Factory, that's where I use it the most. Money Factory, I use it all the time. Okay, I can at least start setting up this control circuit for the reactors. Well, mostly, I just need the timers. Where am I going to put the control circuit? Probably somewhere underneath here. I also want the whole circuit to be contained within a chunk. Probably would be under here. Just do that so I've got a bit of a reference. I'm going to go for 1 to start with, but the entire, like, well, all of the reactors which I'm going to build, they're all going to be controlled with 1 controller. Hopefully, at least, to save like TPS, because I really don't need more than 1 of these controllers. I will need more than 1 when I start making vacuum nukes with the core in it. I do intend on doing that. Right, I guess I could also try to make this a little bit more more compacted down here. I wanted strips. No, I'm going to be starting with just the uranium. Venner. I mean, the uranium ones for one vacuum freezer, that should be able, if I run it at IV tier, its capability to cool 4 reactors. That means in total I'll be losing approximately 8,192 out of, I want to say it was 43,200 was the total output for the quad uranium. So it will generate around about that much energy for 4 reactors. Right, this bit's going to be the center. So let's try to make this as squished as possible. Right, so it's timer. RS latch, timer, not gate. This one needs to be looped back into the RS latch. And then into the not gate. So that's how the start of this works. So it's going to have an on cycle and then an off cycle. The on cycle is this. I have it set to 175 seconds. I don't remember what this one was set to. I'm assuming this is set to 5 seconds. And then a not gate. First AND gate will be there. Right, that should be. I'm going to go and grab some levers. I will just say, I spent ages trying to perfect the controller for it. Honestly, I might just pass it like that, because it does just need... Yeah, so this is how it works. So, if it's on... If this is on, then the reactor's able to run. This is going to be the running signal. And then as soon as this turns off, it actually does turn off the instant the lever is turned off. But for the fuel cycle, I had to add something extra for it. Alright, so I need this one to split here. Right, that needs to go into the timer. All right, I wanted this, didn't I? I wanted this to be within one chunk. Guess I need to push it over a little bit. Maybe I should start with that bit then. Okay, let's actually say we'll do it from the center here. Trust me to have to rebuild it. I don't want this to fail though because of like chunk loading issues. Right, let's build that again then. Not too bad. You need to go into the AND gate. So this was extra for the... This is so that I can have a check for the coolant cells and a check to make sure that the ME system actually is turned on before the reactor turns on. So when the server shuts down and reboots, the reactor will be in the off state until the ME system's on. That's also, I saw that in... Oh, I can't think of who it was. Someone on YouTube did it like that. And it is a good idea. Right, so this then went... Hey, I get to use something called a state cell. That goes into a NOT gate. State cell, remembering the timers. I think 4 seconds and then 1 second. This is set for... I think that was just set for 2 seconds. Oh, I've run out. Then this needs to be... Yeah, I need to get some more of them red alloy wires. That's the output there. Honestly, I can't remember which way this went. We'll find out which way, because it doesn't work one way. It will only work one way. Right, confusing a little bit. Right, so this is going to be master control for this. So for now, let's turn this on. None of this extra circuit here works until it's turned off. So this is now able to actually run, which runs the cycle for the reactor. So if I turn this off... Okay, wrong way. Try that again. If I turn this off... Better. It pulses the coolant cycle. Okay, that's progress. The control circuit is in place. What are they? Insulated? I know that I need at least 3. So a lime is... that's fuel cell cycle. Then blue is going to be the coolant cycle. Get that busy. I'm going to need them. There is a ceiling. Oh, I haven't lit it up. That's why that's why they're spawning. Right, so reactor control there. Coolant control there. Do I want to build a similar... like a lighting room for this? Like the supercapacitor is going to be in the middle there. Guess I am going... No, I could do it in the middle here. I could do it there. Or maybe I should... I think I'm going to do it there. I do actually want to be able to see the lights for this. I mean, it's always nice to be able to visualize it. Right, let's get lime. Wait, how is the multi cables? No, they're called bundles. Might even, because this bit's going to be covered. Cover. What am I going to actually build this out of? Should I do like this color? This spellstone? I hope I can actually. We're about to find. Oh, I'd have to do. Well, let's just go and grab some of that spellstone. I'm gonna go for the middle. Also really happy that I built this so I can actually have space to run cables. All right, let's just run this on the top. Did I just broke that with my fist? Right, I need probably a color to actually control this. Yeah, could use. Yeah, let's just use the black insulated wires. Well, this bit is going to be. You know, I'm actually debating. Like, this is going to be 160. Supercapacitor in the middle. I'm wondering if I build the controller somewhere else. I want it to be decoratively nice. Yeah, I am wondering. Okay, that I'd be happy with that. Okay, change of plan. I'm gonna do the supercapacitor in the corner. Then I basically want to just copy this. Don't worry, what could go wrong with this? You're fine. I wasn't using light blue nor green. Plus, let's get rid of the lights. And let's also get rid of the sensor. Oh, and that yellow. And the green. Yeah. Just get rid of everything. Right, so I need to move that over by 1. Wait, there are no projects. Yeah. I'm going to actually remove these because when I tested this in a test world, it crashed the game. Not going to play that risk. Wait, that chopped the wall off. I think I'm going to copy this bit. Well, we're about to find out if there's any cables which are in that bit of wall. Are there any? No? Okay. Okay. It is going to look nice. I promise it will look nice. Let's also get... I have lime and blue. What did I do in this room? Light blue. Let's do yellow as the control light. That was stuck. 64 take away 41. We're so close. There we go. Right, and then let's also swap the color of this. Also, this doesn't need to be nearly as tall, does it? Let's move that down by 2, I believe. Hello, Hubris. I'm being overly cautious because I don't want it... I don't want this to remove any of the lamps there. How you doing, Hubris? Cool. So, lever to turn this on and off. That looks very weird being short, actually. You know what? We're going to leave it this height. I don't mind it that height. Hope things are going well. Yeah, I'm doing good. Well enough to have my webcam on today. Blue and lime green. Solidification mode. Oh, you're doing the fluid solidifier. Is that the one? What a machine. You know what? I actually... Oh, it needs to go there and there. Can't afford them yet. Aren't they? They're like gated after the multi, aren't they? One of these sensors. Thinking, oh, they do need the nano circuits. That's fair. No dual input buffers for me, sadly. Right, this I can just plumb this straight over there. They are quite expensive for a solidifier hatch. Right, there you go. So this should show the 2 cycles. And more importantly, when I turn this off, that blue should come on. Oh, I love... See, this is the type of redstone logic. So you can visually see what it's doing here because of the lights. So reactor's on. After this one, it will just continue alternating. But I had to add this as a fail-safe. So if I turn it off, it's forced to do a coolant swap when the reactor's turned off, to make sure that all of the fuel cells are clean, ready for the next startup of the reactor. That's why I did it. It's what all of this logic does down here. This is for the vacuum nuke setup. Let's set up those reactors as well. I don't see another way to do it. This is okay, at least until 2.8, because the reactors will have fixed time for the startup time. It will be exactly 20 ticks for the reactor to turn on and off. So you'd be able to predict basically the reactor cycle using that. So you would be able to build reactors which can run 100% of the time. So you don't need to turn them off to replace the coolant cells. Here I do need to do that because, and I need to do it carefully. If I immediately try to replace the coolant cells after the uranium cycle, there is a brief 20-tick window, a tiny window, where the reactor could potentially still be on when it tries to take the coolant cells out, which is not good. So that's what this circuit takes into account. It waits 20 ticks after that cycle has been turned off, and then it's able to actually run that. And then this is the circuit which basically, when the reactor's turned off, it pulses the coolant to swap them all out, ready for the next startup. It's like what is that, like a three parts of the reactor, of the brains for this. I mean, I've tested it in a test world. It seems to be stable. I think it's stable. Yeah, exactly. This is the only way to find out, is to run the reactor. So I'm thinking redstone control on the top for these. I'm gonna try to get all of the infrastructure ready for this. Right, and this bundle does need to come up. Okay, I need 8 IO ports. That's going to be expensive. 8 of these. And 4 1Ks. I am excited for this setup because it is going to produce a lot of power. But I can't shake the feeling that I am a little bit scared for it. Like that. I can't get it out of my mind. Also, I'm going to need to swap these. So I could do this one. Sense sled. Okay, I can do that. I can make the reactor chambers. This one I'd have to do it manually, but that's okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'm running out of space in the patterns. Like, I can do this. And I could also do that. We'll do that in the molecular assembler then. Right, this is gonna go on the next one, which is clear. Auto crafting's so good. There we go. I'll make it a jewel. What is this? Circuit 21. Grab you. Let's just see what I'm actually missing for this. So I did add a circuit 9. That's actually impressive that I can make all of these. The one which I can't make is this one. Because I need an EV assembling machine for it. Okay, let's get 2 and 2. No, I'm going to end up building more of these, so I do not see a reason not to make 8 of these platinum cables. They will get used. Can't believe this is honestly, the patterns are terrible. Actually, all of this I can remove. Right, there we go. And a 1 workstation. Or an EV. We'll do an EV circuit. Why is this taking... Has that... How terrible would maintenance be right now? Okay, it's still 100%. I think they're just taking a long time. Okay, still making the IO ports. Let's get... Well, one, orange is mainnet, cyan is subnet. Let's actually do blue then. Let's do blue and green. Oh, that actually, that accidentally, that fits the colors for the cooling and fuel cycle. Right, this should be okay being placed like this. One's coming in and one's going out. Well, this is... this would be reactor side. Of course that... Okay, let's swap that. So this is the one which is going to be placed underneath all of the reactors. The energy output is going to be on the bottom, actually. Yeah, so I'm going to hook them up on the back. Reactor control is going to be on the top. Then the underneath is going to be the storage bus. No, the underneath is going to be energy output. I guess I should really... push her in the way. When isn't anything right. The only way that it wouldn't be in the way is if I run it from there. Right, that should be output side. So that's coming in and out of the reactor. That's set up properly. So then these ones on the top. Oh, I can do the same actually. Ooh, I can do the same. It's basically going to be a copy of the breeder reactor actually. I can't believe making all of these circuits. It's so many circuits to make. ME terminal. Actually run. Oh, there we go. And another circuit. I want to double check. Should still pulse fine. What did I say? Green is the reactor fuel. Right, so that should be controlled. That should be on then. So that will be sent. That interferes. Okay. I got all of these small details to figure out, like this, for example. Like routing all of the cables. So that should still be IO port set up. I hope they won't output a redstone signal to the IO ports. We need to test that. Then what do I have set up here? Consulting this one. Okay, so I was doing the underneath. I don't have access to the underneath. Unless I moved it up by one. Oh, forget. How many did that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5. I wasn't expecting World Edit to do that. Okay, so that should give me enough space. Put some covers down. Then I can have these reactor controls here. I haven't. I'm waiting until 2.8 for that. Yeah, because I have to update, like, I have to update GregTech, I have to update GTNH lib, and then I also need to do that for the server side. Yeah, I just figure I may as well wait until 2.8. Mm. I think it is quite a pain to actually update it before like updating actual GTNH. That's the reason why I'm holding off. I am excited for it though. Like it's updating. Well, updating GTNH is a little bit of a hassle, but having to update individual mods is even more of a hassle. Cool, that should be update. I'm actually really tempted to update my server to, once beta 1 gets released, I'm tempted to update to beta 1. Just so that I can actually, well, so that I can get access to some of the new features which 2.8 has, and for like beta testing. All right, should we test the... Yeah, that seems to be working. It's not gonna be like 2.6 to 2.7. Oops. Actually, I'm gonna need a lot of these. Probably get ahead of time and make these. It has been, yeah. Extruder. There is a lot of stuff which is posted they want it for 2.8. That's 16 of these I need. Brass. Brah. Yep. Here. Just put the brass in there. Red alloy. All right. Okay, let's wait for this. All right, we'll cancel that. FTP backup shows that that's the total storage which is being taken up for all of the backups, I believe. What was that? So the main file for the server is like 2.3 gig. The entire of the backups is like 53 gig. Didn't get finished in time. Oh, what for the IC2 crops? I look forward to that, actually. Oh, I guess. What is the best way to fill these, I'm wondering. Gonna have to request another IO port. Oh, I also need to make... Did you just suck them up, or do I need... You did. You're naughty. No, don't do that. They were for this. $21. Right. Get that going. Yeah. What is this side? This side... Oh, warp is just so annoying. I wasn't counting on warp doing that. That's very annoying. At least I have a decent amount of these actually stockpiled. So if I do uranium and the depleted uranium... I also... Oh, I need to make the NAC coolant cells. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. I need more machines. Okay, well these I'm hardly using. Well, long story short, this one is going to be set for just regular coolant cells. Then that one needs a fuzzy card. That's still going. Okay, I think it's split damage at 99. Keyword think. I think that's what I want it to be. I want it just to pick up all of the coolant cells which are damaged, but not the ones which aren't damaged. Blue Trunt. Really? Right, let's try to keep... We'll keep these going in opposites. Okay, this is actually where I'd really like a personal shrinking device to get in there. Well, if this is coming in, that one needs to be set to out. In. Then out. All right, so coming in, let's say this one's dropping off. Oh, you see, it is actually, the cycle is running properly. Then you're picking up. Now, why weren't these working? What was this one? You were dropping off, so this one will also be dropping off. Oh, that needs power. I need to set up the subnet, don't I? Okay, so green needs to go to processing. Out of curiosity, okay, that would be quite a detour for the super buses. How weird is it, right? This must be a bug. Not sure if it's been reported or not. If I'm in my inventory and I hold space, I'm still allowed to fly the jetpack, but holding shift doesn't do the same. And it also works when I'm typing. If I do time would, and then I press space. Makes me fly up a little bit. Right, so what did I need? I wanted a storage bus. I think I need a couple of these. First, descending, relying on you. Actually, okay, that would do it. Hello, Mick the Kick. I'll call you Mick if that's okay. And that one. Mick is the best. I'll call you Mick. Yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day. Right, the other thing was, it was the NAC coolant cells. So I need NAC coolant. This recipe. That one's circuit one. No, don't do all of them. That one. Good day, been quiet here for a bit. Been interesting to me, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to bring myself yet this far. I mean, it does take a lot of time getting this far. Quite a surprising amount of time. It does still remain fun though. Right, where do I have my fluid canning machine? Fluid solidifier. I'm confident that I have a fluid canning machine somewhere. Like, that's not... What would that be, a canner? No, I've only got one. Where is my fluid canning machine? Oh, you're at EV2? Engraver chemical bath. That's a canning machine. Oh, it's low voltage. Right, so fluid canner, that's one. Circuit one for the coolant cell. I think I need an extruder. We have to make the cells. To do so I don't get bored with things to do. That is a good idea. It's what I'm trying to do. I use the clipboard. Clipboard from here. I'm literally doing... Okay, well, I can actually get rid of all of this. I did all of it. Vacuum nukes. With an exclamation mark. Probably going to blow them up. Cancel. Just an extruder, I think. To do our bookmark pages. Rush the wire mill. The wire mill is good. Oh, you know what? I actually got... Okay, that works out in my favor, actually. I got this. This was spare. One thing which I'd advise getting 100% is... Oh my... It's just slipped out of my mind. What was it? I just had it inside my head, and now it's just gone. That's usual stuff with my brain. What was it? It was something which was over there. Oh wow, I actually have a spare EV circuit. Put in. My inventory is full of too many things. Wow, that was still running off of Steam. Right, you know what? We're gonna store some of the stuff which I definitely don't need at the moment. Oh, blue alloy? Ace of CS2. That's like the usual, the GTNH stuff. You go to play it and then... See, I'm having like... 3. That should be okay to start with. I do need to get more of this though. Today is the day that when I'm playing, my mind just keeps going blank when I'm doing stuff. Look, oh, that one. The weird one. This one. Oh yeah, because the what's it called? Large processing factory that was deprecated. Yes. Right, I think I needed like a fluid heater, didn't I? A lot of tungsten steel. It looks quite fun to do though. Can I get up in time? Yeah. Right, so you are NAC coolant cell. Pipe. Do I not have a cell? 1 is this? There is cell mold. Uh, 28 is how many I need. Where on earth is my cell mold? I guess I haven't made one. Yeah, tungsten steel for me is pretty hard to come by, actually. Just macerate the ingot. This is going to be amazing having these nukes set up. I'm really hoping that it's stable. Casting form shape. It must be that one. So I remember this is a fluid distillery and then a fluid heater. Hey, my distillery is actually going to have a use again. Right, let's get this pattern set up. Molecular assembler, wire mill. Oh my, of course, okay, I already have an extruder. That's where it went. I thought that I did have one. I made an extra one. Oh yeah, okay. Right, well I know for definite that I need the fluid heater and the distillery. And these are both fluids. What is this? Fluid canner. Fluid heater. Circuit. That's not looking promising for channels, by the way. No circuit. Right, so all I need to do is teach you and teach you. Heater is molten sodium. Distillery is the NaC solution. Right, is this 28 of these? Missing rock salt. I can work with that. Oh, yeah, it looks like everything's done for this. UV circuits. And the platinum cable. There you go, that should be able to start requesting the coolant cells. That's a lot of stain. Why does that cost so much stainless steel? Wait, hold on. I ain't spending all of that stainless steel on them. What are they called? Housing? 180. There it is. I didn't realise that that cost stainless steel. Gonna take a little bit longer doing this, but I'm more comfortable using tin. Thank you, Jim, for the raid. Party of 9er. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing well, Jim. How's your stream? All right, 28. Yeah, 600 tin. I'm comfortable doing that. Stainless steel is just a bit expensive. Good setup in... Oh, you set up one of the IEGs? Industrial greenhouses? They are really good, aren't they? I think the previous world, I ended up using that for... I want to say fluorine production. Oh, you finished the Steam gate. Well done. How long did that take? A couple of months, didn't you say? About, oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, 44 days, like a month and a bit. That's not too bad. Oh, just compress these. Right, I actually do want to be able to see sort of the reactor contents. Cyan is the subnet one. So I should be able to view it in here. This spaghetti of wiring. So... just out of curiosity... I mean, that's doable. Basically going to have an in and an out. For this side, I want to... I think I'll need to filter them. I'm thinking. He's currently summoning lightning. Could do the storage bus with a fuzzy card, I think. I need to make another one of these. Starting to get all of the stuff required for this vacuum nuke. You know what? Why not? What is current? Right. Where is it? It's not that creeper. Is that warp? That's got to be a warp effect. I'm constantly being plagued by warp at the moment. Right, I would quite like to do all of them together. I need to warm the reactor so that I can get a coolant cell. Memory for the reactor design. Pretty standard vacuum nuke design. It's the same one as on their wiki. Not that one. It's not fluid reactors. Oh, that's interesting. The warp effects. I'm currently having a look at the vacuum reactor designs, and there are actually two different designs. There's a max efficiency and then max power output. Honestly, I want max power output. That's what I'm interested in. Right, so this one does need to be bidirectional. And the reactor design... Trying to look at it. There, that one's coolant cell. So it should be symmetrical. Right, I'm gonna go for a break now, I think. Seems like a good enough time. Oh, okay, fine. let's get the coolant cells in. See you in a sec, or see you in a bit, Hubris. Okay, two more. Oh, actually, I forgot to. Did I? Oh, that was thank you. I would assume that was you, Hubris, who gave the shout out. Thank you for that. Terrible at remembering I am. All right, that's the vacuum setup. So it's 14 coolant cells. It was you. I thought it was you. Right, I will be back in just a few minutes. Now is a good time if anyone wants to grab any drinks or just have a stretch. All right, I'm back. Yep. Okay. Okay, they are the extra coolant cells, which do not fit. Okay, I will come back for them. What else? This one, this is where the fuzzy card is. Yeah. Now, I think I do. I should. Let's get that IV battery buffer, if it's possible. Should have everything in here. Right, can I actually make EV to IV? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and I assume I can make the high amp. What about this one? Tungsten, that should still be possible. Wait, really? Polyethylene? You're missing a channel. Right. That's coming out of that line. You're fine. I'm gonna swap this then. Seven. Yeah, that it doesn't consume. That is a painful mistake, actually. Well, it's not too bad, but it is a lot of nether stars. Yeah, I could definitely see that I would have definitely ended up making that mistake. Are you going to update? 12. Yeah, the lost time. That is brutal. That was like 20 channels. I hope there's enough. Will there be enough? Oh, that just instantly went to 32. Right. Right, your Alpha Echo. Hemi Alpha Foxtrot. Have to do that. Split up all of the channels. Yeah, that should be enough channels to get everything working again. You're fine. You will be fine. Currently crafting... Where am I making them? Oh. That needs to be... That has to be an EV. Unlock that. Right, transformer. I need to get used to making these. Oh, there it is. Right, that would be a 4x here. The high amp, so that's 32,000 EU per tick. Because I need to step it up. Oh, 16. Okay, well. I need to make... I should make one at a time. What is that rubber? The tungsten is expensive. That's what it is. What, and then this is silicone rubber plus the polyphenylene sulfide. Also, that coolant, I could put that back into the ME system. Right, so rubber and silicone rubber. Actually, you know what? I could have just done... Yep. Yeah, just do it all with silicone rubber. Right, I guess for this I should definitely make it the more efficient way. I don't think I have a forming press for that, so... I'll just throw it in the bending machine. At least you're easy. No, don't. Why? That's so annoying. That actually is annoying. I don't want you using them wrought iron rods. Okay, so just lubricant? Oh, these spiders are so annoying. Spiders are the most annoying out in the farm area. What's the easiest way to convert nuggets back into ingots? I was using, well, the easiest way is the alloy smelter. It would be nuggets into an ingot, but the faster way is fluid extractor and then fluid solidifier. If you're interested in speed. If you're not interested in speed and just like a passive setup, then alloy smelter would be the way to go for that. That would be 2 patterns. How much do they cost? Oh, I could just do that with rubber. This is actually rather expensive for this high amp transformer. And what am I going to do in terms of the cable? Really, it's going to have to be vibrant alloy, isn't it? Yeah, I need the high amperage. This is going to produce, well, the wiki said about 21 amps of EV. With a little bit of rounding for that. So I need the extremely high amperage out. And then it's going straight into a transformer. Speaking of, vanadium gallium, a pattern would be a good idea. For the 4X. Yes, hello doppelganger. Well, this is rather exciting. If I hit that doppelganger with the crossbow, I will end up dying. Okay, I'll just leave that to craft then. Oh yeah, how is battery buffer? Battery buffer finished. So did the batteries, cool. Yeah, so for now... do that. Where did I put the transformer? I never made it. Okay, so what one was it? Screwdriver step in 64, so that's EV. Okay, so that's how you do it. So that's the output side. Input is EV. That fat cable. That is one big cable for this. Right, this should be safe for me to just turn it on. Just for a little bit. I just need one of them coolant cells, actually. Right, where do I want global power to be? I guess I could do the top or the bottom three. Guess that would be here. Actually, let's go one up. This is exciting, right? Just turn that on a little bit longer. Get an energy. Okay, this storage bus will be... well, I could actually... do here. So bottom will be the output. Storage bus here. Fuzzy card, coolant cell, split damage at 99. And the same for this one. Self-drive. You are drive to cell. Self-drive. Self-drive. Drive to cell. Drive to cell, cell to drive, drive to cell. Right, I think... Hello, Hubris. Massive EUs. It's going to be about 40,000 EU per tick. Once the cost of the vacuum freezer is done. Also, can I actually make the energy hatches EV tier? Oh, I see. That would need a cutting machine. Not yet. That's okay, though. I'll make 2 high voltage then. Yeah, welcome back, Hubris. Shouldn't be too difficult. That's circuit 1. Let's get a pattern for that. Do I need 4 of these? I'm loving the auto crafting. Right, 4 of these. To be honest, that is a no circuit. Look at that. I could actually request more though. That's so nice. Oh yeah. You get them, don't you? Wait, can you actually do that? Oh, it is gated to IV. Right, I think maintenance should be there. I need to get a power cable. Up here from somewhere. Okay, I could swap these, and then that would give me enough space. Oh, I need to get spray cans. Okay, I am very excited being at this stage. I'm getting so close. So close to being able to set this up. Being able to actually run it and do a full cycle. Bus. Bus, high voltage. Alright, circuit 1 is input, circuit 2 output. Oh yeah, I also wanted... Okay, that is also circuit 1. That's ZPM tier, isn't it? I mean, I'd love the infinite spray can now. I do need to get spray cans, though. Right, ME output. So this should be able to output it... directly into the ME system, so I'm going to want a bit of a buffer. I think. I mean, at that point, I may as well just do... You know what, yeah. I may as well just do an output bus with a storage bus. Right above the... Is it? You know, maybe it's not ZPM tier, is it? It's IV tier you can get this. Okay. Output in. I guess let's make the vacuum freezer. Second one. I kind of wish that I had a circuit 4 assembling machine. Then I'd actually be able to start requesting the casings. Oh well. Grab a stack, make a stack, most of a stack. Right, I also want another failsafe for this. While it's on the top of my head. Needs maintenance cover. So this is going to be the a fallback. Just to make sure, I cannot be any more cautious with this reactor design. So if the vacuum freezer encounters maintenance, this whole thing shuts off. That's one of the fail safes. I've got to have fail safes for everything. The plan is to have, so there is going to be multiple. So we've got the vacuum freezer, that's one. If the vacuum freezer has maintenance, reactor's not allowed to run. It just completely shuts off the whole thing, turns off. Then it's also going to have a check for the ME system to make sure that both of them Both of these two are online. Then there's also going to be a check for the coolant cells. If the coolant cells are below a certain threshold, for this case, it's going to be 14. Eventually, it will be bumped up to 2854. So if it's either below 54 or above 54, I know that one of the reactors is missing a coolant cell or has too many coolant cells is what it's going to be set to. So that will also shut everything off if there's not enough coolant cells. And then there's one more. I want to check and count the number of fuel rods. If it's within range, then the reactor can run. If it goes out of range, then it's fine. I think, although come to think about it, that one might not be necessary. Just the coolant cells, I think, would be good enough. I want loads of fail safes. 2, that'd be 3, I think. Right, and I also need IV to EV. EV to high voltage. You and you. One issue, is that enough? What's enough to trigger this? Tick rates every 3 seconds. I thought that was enough. This is definitely formed. Why are you not emitting? Wireless. That's so expensive. I don't reckon... Can these even output a redstone signal? Okay, they can. I'm sure that I encountered this issue before. Oh, my crowbar broke. This is actually a really important failsafe, which I don't want to skip. Wow, that really doesn't want to output a redstone signal. Hmm. I don't know. Try on different sides. What? Well, I tested that redstone signals can pass through here. They can pass through the casing. Its redstone signal lift needs maintenance. It's not doing anything. Just remember. I tried that and it didn't want to work either. Yeah, it doesn't need a muffler hatch. That's so bizarre. I am confused. Right, what else? The vanadium gallium so I can hook up the vacuum freezer. You watch me just blow this up. That would be so terrible. Actually, you know what? Before I do connect this then, let's just double check. That's far. That's quick. That's a lot quicker than my setup. Input IV. Yep, you're all aligned properly. Oh, do I? Yes, actually. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a battery buffer. I mean, I can make Cenarian batteries, so. I'm sure I remember that having that issue. Oh, of course, it's raining animals. I remember having that issue in 2.6. Right, you should be safe to be connected. Yeah, I remember having it on the LCRs. You don't have them yet. I ended up just making all of them. Even the electric screwdriver I made. Oh, you're gaining energy. Right, so what I want to do now, let's hook this up to mainnet so that I can get power. Oh yeah, and let's set up the failsafes. I'm breaking my mid game. I made all of my mana steel. Technically I could actually do shadow metal. I could do shadow metal now. Right, time for another fuzzy card. Oh, and an AND gate. Yes. It is better. Yeah, shadow metal 3,276,800. The mana steel is 2,000,000 and 2,048,000. But then again, mana steel is technically easier to make than shadow metal. Like shadow metal requires the EBF and Thorncraft. It requires this recipe. Mana steel is just a stack of steel inside a mana pool. Right, I need the green one. You come down here. I guess let's just hook it up like that, I guess. So this is main control. I need to leave this. Green. This one needs to be light blue, actually. Wait, is there a bee? Oh yeah, there is a bee. Above or equal? But to be honest, above is better than getting the bee now. Well, yeah, probably. When levels get below... They're less than 14? I'm getting more than one warp effect happening at once. Like, that was the unnatural hunger, and then immediately a fake TNT. Right, so if the coolant cells... Oh, and the fuzzy card, so it's match any. So it doesn't matter, it's just checking to make sure there is 14 at least. 14 or greater. Soul Bracer. All of my warpers... It's flipping... It's all normal warp. Which is honestly worse than permanent warp, because permanent warp you can use the Soul Bracer. I can't use that to get rid of the normal warp. Mine's just so annoying. Even more annoying not being permanent. It doesn't. I went into a test build and tested it. It won't recognize that you have any warp. If you've just got normal warp. To be fair, I didn't check it if it was permanent warp. Oh, I don't know what to do about that vacuum freezer. Oh my god. Opera GX, don't do that. Got to realign everything now. Opera GX is super annoying sometimes. It's just misaligned like everything which I have in OBS. I wanted to go and look up GTNH. Lucy's on my desk at the moment. Maintenance cover. You big zirconia joke. Oh, that's in the EBF. The quest for it is this recipe. Zirconium, yttrium, and oxygen. It's so slow, isn't it? That one was closed. Okay, do you need... Okay, I'm going to do that deliberately so that it needs maintenance. This unnatural hunger. Those two exquisite zirconias, that's a lot. Why do you... Oh, you need that for the laser engraver, isn't it? No, you... Come on, you don't need to be up here. Right, that works. It's not outputting a strong signal. It needs to be on the maintenance hatch. But it needs to not go into a casing for some reason. Okay, so... Yeah, I can still access the maintenance hatch there. I would assume that if I do a block, yeah, you don't output. That's so annoying. It's not able to output a strong redstone signal. Actually, so if I wanted to trick this, I'd have to do that. And that displays the redstone signal. I wanted it in the middle. I guess I could do it on the side. Oh my, you can, can't you? I've forgotten. Wait, does that actually work? Wait, do I really need... Oh, that's it. It's been so long. Right, that's what I wanted. Thank you for that, Zetro. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had to use the soldering iron for that. You got to set it using the soldering iron. Alright, so I need another color for needs maintenance. I can't believe you, Lucy. What one should we do this on? The reason you knew about it. I remember it from... I can remember from using it now that you said about it from 2.6. I used that a lot back then. Well, let's do red. I suppose it's trying to remember. Look, go on. Trying to remember it from back then, because it was a really long time ago. Okay, honestly, this feels like it's just getting crazier and crazier. So, if I test this... with this, it's not allowed to turn on because of the, how many is that actually? Right, so we've got one set of fail safes and then 3. So we've got 4 fail safes. That's how much I care about this reactor not exploding. So this could be on. Actually, if this is a control room, I'm I'm wondering if I should move that. Oh, is it? Oh, this is out of... That's a warp effect, by the way. It keeps draining my wand. I reckon I should make 2 of the fallout lamps. One for the actual... for the multi. And then one for the control room so that I can actually see from there if it needs maintenance. Alright, let's get another one of these. Then if I'm going to read it like that... just make another repeater. I need the repeater so that I can make a one-way circuit. So I'll be able to light up that. Then it will go into the repeater. And then be sent here. The maintenance light shows up there. Covers. Oh, that would be... No, they are covers. Spell covers. There we go. Maintenance is currently on. That should turn it off in here too. Good, right. Nearly ready. We're nearly, very, very nearly ready. Oh, I also need, actually, I need another AND gate. I'm so close to this. Right, I'll need an AND gate. RS latch. I need to set up the power control circuit for it. What is that? Energy detector is actually not something massive to make. I think I can request them. I can definitely request the molten glowstone. I think so. That's no circuit. Swap it for that one. Oh, I can't make that. Okay, one pattern for it then. I've got to try and remember. Remember how to set that up. I think it was comparators. They require wet concrete. Oh, I do actually have a mix of that. Okay, I'll manually make these. Well, I need one more. I need 2 potentiometers. Have this one spare. RS latch. What else? Well, this basically just controls the on-off for this. Right, how did I have this set to? $15. But are you stored? Oh, thanks for that. Thorncraft. This is what going insane feels like. I literally am with what Thorncraft is doing to me. With all of the warp. Right, so it was Two comparators. Oh, right. One of these needs to be inverted, don't they? Okay, that is a NOT gate. So one of them's going to be the high signal and one's the low. Power of 14. 15. Trying to remember. I think the NOT gate came after. I think. Okay, let's move this forward by one. Don't like how it looks. I know that one of these definitely had a NOT gate, though. So one of these was set to... Oh, God. Whoa. Right, I am getting... I will make it there. This warp is terrible. Stop teleporting me. Yeah, I wonder what happens if I try to sleep while it's trying to teleport me. Good or bad idea? It does some weird behavior. This is unbelievably annoying. Stop Thorncraft. This is normal warp, which is honestly worse than permanent. Right, 30 minutes. "30 minutes of no warp." How much does it use? Can't tell if that was Thorncraft spawning or not. Right, RS latch. So if it's not... No, that must be after that not gate. Must go here. So that's reactor controlled. That is quite a lot of mortars, isn't it? So when it gets below 3, that will turn off and flip this. Yeah, that's what I want. So this is power controlled. Which I'll also reference this as power control. Do white, I guess. Look, stop it. Being a bit of a nuisance. No, and that doesn't mean you can come up here. Come on. Stop it. Lucy being you, Lucy. To be fair, it's been a long time since she's done this. Oh wait, no, please, I want the rubber. Yeah, and then I was gonna do white. Send it in the bundle. That's my mistake. I have to see. There's no lie. I didn't learn my lesson from last time. I'm just every so often I have to do warp board if it gets too annoying. No, go on. That's my best. Yeah, that is sort of the only solution. Oh, this is going over the chunk boundary. Okay, let's swap it then. Ah, there it is from Britannia. You can actually make yeah, you can make the flasks with warp board. You know what, that makes me wonder if this would actually be able to do. Or I wonder if these have durability. I wonder if I'd be able to repair it if I made it out of, or made it so that it had warp board. That would be pretty cool. Let's say 1. We'll do 12 and 2. That would be really cool. I don't know what the recipe would be, though. Like, is that actually... There's no recipe for the potions here. I know. Yeah, dense crystals are the other way to set this up. I suppose this is the way that I set it up last time. And it was just too good not to set it up again. Honestly, I thought that I had more of these. I guess not. So... But go in the ME system. Okay, close enough. Just get as many as that. There you go. I remember Threefold using the the red crystals for his setup. Right. Nearly there. One more AND gate. Like 3 AND gates later for this. Right, so it's white is control, red is maintenance. Oh, that will, okay, that needs a not gate. Just realized maintenance needs to not be turned on for this to run. Yep, so power control is currently turned on. Oh yeah, let's get these. So I think I'm going to run this for a cycle without the reactor turned on. Just to make sure that it works. And all of the coolant cells need to be replaced anyway. So that's good. What on earth is this? Okay, okay. There is power control, maintenance check, both subnet checking, coolant cell check, 5 different things need to talk to this. Right, let's get this reactor, let's get it nice and toasty so all of the coolant cells should be able to be replaced. Should be safe me doing this. Plus, it would also be nice to collect some of the energy. Okay, you're charging. Right, I'm scared. Make sure this is definitely turned off. Oh yeah, also, mustn't forget, I need to hook up the ME system. This all needs power. From where would be the closest? Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Well, I do need mainnet channels over there. I will eventually. Right, moment of truth. I should be able to get the check for all of these. What's this? Oh, I might need a controller on there. That was 2 channels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 8 channels. Let's make a controller. Make some more pure Fluix crystals. What else? I wouldn't mind filling up the uranium cell. I need to fill it up with I think just a material, something like endstone or netherrack because it's on passive, or sand. Just to make sure that when this does fully go into operation, there needs to be at least 160 empty slots for items, no more, because it does not need to store up to 8,000 quad uranium fuel cells. It's a bit unnecessary. What would that be? A drive? And just a terminal. With 100% efficiency. Okay, so it was controller and a terminal. Right, so I just want to basically fill my inventory. Yeah, I reckon there is actually... That will fix it. There you go. So you should be on... Commitment levels... Oh, commitment levels are above. Yeah, so it's currently above 14, so everything's safe. Right, so it is the last check to turn this on is the manual control for this. So let's go and grab this one. So you can store quad fuel cells and sand. Yeah, you can also get the uranium. Right, you're completely full. I just want to take out... Oops, one more. This is the bestest way to stop overflow from being stored in here. And then just for a check, if I took this out, it's only allowed to fit in 160 soul sand. That will be 160 of the quad fuel cells. So it's enough to replace all of the fuel cells in all 4 reactors eventually in one go. So let's remove the soul sand from there. Right, I think this is ready. Just grab one more storage boss. turn you. Right, I can see all of the fuel in here. So I just want for now. That will be the output here. So I should be able to collect them. Don't think. There's much more. I just need to pick up the courage to turn this on. Okay, let's do a backup. I don't have permission. Okay, let's open. I'll do it remotely. Backup start. Remotely starting the backup. Just to make sure. Got to make sure that there's a backup for this, because this is, well, it's the first time. The vacuum freezer's turned on, that's ready. Still got some energy in the back there. Okay, I just want to make sure that the backup is complete. And then I think it's ready for me to turn this on. Yeah, that's set to bidirectional. Extract only for the coolant cells. Insert only. Cool, backup's done. Right, we're going to turn it on without the reactor, just to verify that it replaces all of the coolant cells. So nothing will happen at the moment. Okay, it picked up fuel quad uranium there. Double check. Cool. Fuel rods are being replaced properly. And then let's just turn this off. Yes. It swapped everything. We caught it. Look, come on. Go down. You don't need to be up here. So this should take, well, if I do the math on this, so it's 14 times 4.5, 63 seconds. So I can run 2 reactors using this vacuum freezer. I'm now thinking. Okay, this is okay for 1, but if I want more than 1, I think I will need. I'll need to add another buffer here. A very big chest so that there can be a lot more stock there. Right. Now's the time. I made a backup, so should be safe. Keyword should be. Oh, warp board is off. Right. Let's. Can you tell that I'm a bit nervous for this? Just fix that. This is where I need to know if my automation is on point for this. I mean, it worked in a test mode, so it should be safe. I'm going to double check that I do actually have that backup. What is the date today? 6th of the 6th. 414.9. I'm going to copy that. So this should run. We just have a look at this. It should run for 175 seconds, then replace all of the coolant cells, and then turn back on, if everything goes well. I'm going to watch these because they should get down to about 20% on the middle ones, 20% durability, and then it will go for the cycle. I mean, that's if it doesn't fill up the buffer before then. It may actually fill up the buffer. I don't know, maybe. 2000? Going up like a million every second. I reckon this will actually fill up the buffer before then. And this should also be all RS latch controlled. So if the RS latch turns, if the RS latch turns off, it should turn the reactor off. Right, we're keeping an eye on this, and also we should be able to see that it won't turn off, or it won't extract the coolant cells until the reactor is off. That's the check. That's to make sure that the reactor is off after, because it's random between 0 and 26, I believe. We vacuum nuking. Okay. I mean, I'm so excited for this. For 43,000 EU per tick, I can't pass up. It's the automation. The challenge for this, I suppose, is actually automating it. Right, any second now, this should be able to toggle. And it should replace all of the coolant cells. There it is. Now it looked like... Second, 4 seconds. What's this set to? 5 seconds. I've got to really be paying attention. I want to make sure that it does actually turn off before the cells get replaced. I may need to adjust the timing on that. The coolant swap happens a bit later. Oh yeah, I suppose TPS on the server would also... That would influence it on my end. God. The bats. Go away. You know, one day I will actually get rid of the warp. Still charging? Yeah, I'm thinking that TPS may be influencing that a little bit. Like, it may actually take time to update, but it's already updated on the server end. Just see what this does. See, that doesn't feel right. Do I trust this? I mean, it's not gaining any core temperature when it did the swap, so... I'm doing good. Alright, that's gonna fill up the buffer before it finishes. Nah, I don't want to. I don't want containment. I really should actually invest in containment for this, but I'm deciding to do it without containment because why not? I'd have to redesign everything. And it wouldn't look as... It's not going to look as pretty if I had to do that. Okay, well, the vacuum freezer's finished. RS latch. That's cool. No, there are backups every hour. Last night finished. Rhodium leg of Platline. Ooh, rhodium's good. Right, I'm going to go and test this. I think that may... Oh, no, it won't because of the RS latch. I'm going to go and test this in the test mode to make sure that I got the timing correct. It does feel like I got the timing correct. 25. Not impressed, but that is a lot of machines for rhodium. Just for the rhodium bit. I'm feeling really good about this. I can't wait until I can expand this more. Yeah, so this is the nightmare fuel, nightmare vacuum freezers. Use that for chemical reactor recipes for Flatline. Yeah, lots of machines, one you ain't got yet. I reckon there is a delay in between the server. Let's just check the timings here. I have it in the test world. Just want to make sure that the timings are correct. I did a machine for every recipe got its own machine. Yep, so you're a second, you're 4 seconds. 2, 2, 5 and 75. So this is the same timing. Now this takes 22. Or no, it is 22 actually. Just swap this. I want to see. So we should witness it here. I reckon it's the server's TPS, so it's not able to actually... I'm not able to witness it. I think timings are correct. I'm worrying a lot about the timings because timings for this are very important for when the coolant cells get inserted and extracted, when the fuel cells get inserted and extracted. Everything is so tight timings. You can't. You have to use a vacuum freezer. So it should turn off and then it extracts. Yeah, so you can witness it here. I reckon that is TPS on the server side. So I'm not going to be able to witness it. Well, I've got backups, so... And everything has a failsafe. Each part of the plat line. But you're using mega LCRs for the plat line? I never even did that. Right, so which one? 3. I reckon it'll be there. That'll be fine. Right, I'm going to end the stream here. It's been a very fun stream building that. Yeah, I just can't wait until I can actually start moving, like, all of the machines to start using power production from it. It's going to be just amazing. So excited for that. Loads of... Oh, you're using processing arrays. Oh, you are 2.3, that's why. Processing arrays are sadly removed. Right, I'm gonna have a look at a raid. Always do. Ooh. Eggsy's currently streaming at the moment, so I will raid you there. Yeah, you literally just said Eggsy. Yeah, I'm gonna raid to Eggsy. I haven't raided there for a while, actually, so... Right, take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day and this weekend coming.